Hey, everyone. So glad to have you with us today. We are doing our Allowing Inner Spark to Shine, and our conversation today is mindset. And we have John Spender with us. Hi, John. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So glad to have you here. So we're super excited for you because we know you've got your Journey of Riches series. You've had your 27th book about to launch your 28th, which is amazing at the end of the month.
Collaboration book. Yeah, we've collaborated with over 300 different authors from more than 40 different countries so far.
Wow, so
Yeah.
many. And you co-write them with and you're producing the movie documentary Adversity, starring John Canfield, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, Dr. John Dermantini, and many more. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. That's all right. That's
Okay.
awesome. Very humbling.
I know that must be, oh, you must be ecstatic about that. Wow. And a lot I know goes into that. So
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. Did you want to tell us a bit more about it?
The film, yep. Yes, so basically, the premise is that there's a gift in adversity. There's a benefit to having challenge in your life, that good things can come out of negative experiences, and that forges character. So we've basically got some great thought leaders from around the globe sharing their insights into the gift of adversity. And so we've got live. It's a movie documentary, so we've got the talking head components with the different thought leaders, and then we have the live acting scenes as well. So that's pretty amazing.
Wow, that's is
Edutainment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Wow. So today we were going to talk about mindset, and I did want to talk to you about two sentences or two words of affirmation that you find help you with mindset.
Oh, there's so many. I think we had a
Mhm.
we had a chat last week
I
about
know.
and like I memorize them every day. So depending on the situation that I'm in, I will just drop the affirmation, and I do it in a hypnotic state. So I'm programming it into the subconscious mind, and so it affects the nervous system. And so I have like so many that are in like different themes and things like that. But one of my favorites is that radiate self-esteem, inner peace, love, well-being, and happiness. So that's a go-to one, and one that I like to remind myself often, especially when I'm getting outside my comfort zone. I'm in environments that I'm not used to. Um, if you especially putting the film together and things like that, having affirmations embedded into your nervous system can really help you to step up, on the courageous path. And so that one, and another good one I love to use is that I send love to my fears. My fears are places within me that await my love. So,
Wow. I
so
know it's
that's
so
one.
important because we really do have to tell our body what to do, right?
Yeah, we program it. Well, um, we've been programmed through our ancestry, our parents, and things like that.
Mm.
So yeah, we need to sort of take the reins as much as possible.
Yeah, and it's really powerful because there are times where you like your feelings or your body will kick in, but when you are able to just have that inner peace and tell it, no, we're not doing that, and then say words of affirmation, then it's really powerful. That's pretty much how I get through the days, you know?
Yeah, great. Okay, awesome. Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
works for you. That's cool.
Yeah. And I know that you were talking about your morning routine. I know that you love that. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been, when you do something and it works, I mean, I just want to share it and let everyone know about it. I mean, I haven't missed a day in 725 days.
Wow.
I track and measure it. I mean, if you're in business, you should track and measure your finances. I mean, why not track and measure your wellness as well? I mean, wellness, I feel, is way more important than finances. You can
Mm.
bounce back from a setback anytime. You can generate money like that, really, if you're in
Yeah.
the mode of service and you have a skill set. But once your health goes, I mean, it
Mm.
can take a long time clawing that back or not at all, you know what I mean? And so
Mm.
why not practice a routine that helps you prevent getting sick or ill or manifesting disease in the first place. And I have a dad. My father has my biological dad has dementia and Parkinson's disease, and so that's one of my drivers. Keeping well and healthy, and I have a mission with the books and the film, and that I want to stay young and vibrant as much as possible. And so yeah, I have some drivers. There's a reason why I do what I do, and so yeah, morning routine. There's like 8 parts. It didn't start out that big. It was just one thing. It was just meditation. Just get up and meditate every day, and just slowly build on from there. So adding different types of meditation, breathing, chakra meditation. I'm going for a morning walk, doing yoga. A whole bunch of different things. So yeah, that's it's like 8 parts that I do religiously every morning. I think you just got your notifications pinging through.
I know. I just silent them. Sorry
the wisdom's coming through. It's downloading into your mindset.
Yeah. So you were saying, so your morning routine, it just started off with one little thing, meditation, which is a big thing. But then you just added it. So is that what you would suggest to people? They just start off with one thing and then they can
definitely start small. Yeah, for sure. When you want to embed habits, it's challenging, because we're conditioned to a different way of being. And then when you want to disrupt that way of being, there's going to be some resistance. There's part of you that doesn't want that to succeed. As crazy as that may sound. But yeah, there's part of us just likes being safe. And I don't think that ever really changes for anyone. I know that doesn't change for me. But then you start to enjoy, and I just look forward to waking up and doing my routine. Part of that is reading as well. And I just start small. So I just do 10 minutes of each. But I end up doing like an hour, a bit of yoga, or I end up being like a half an hour walk, or I read for 20 minutes. I mean, I get up at like 5. So but if I have a late night, then, maybe I don't do all that routine in the morning, but, I just do half of it or something like that. So I give myself that flexibility, but I don't ever miss any part, at least doing one part of it. But mostly I would do, 7, 8 parts of it. I'm pretty consistent. I've got it on an app, so it lets me know. I can track and measure how I was last month, how I was 2 weeks ago, how I was last week, or how I was last year. And I was also I can track my mood. What sort of things did I do the day and night before that affect my mood in the morning? And so I can track and measure that. Then if I maybe eating 2 chocolate bars before bed, I'm wondering why I'm waking up feeling like crap. It's probably not the best thing to do before a midnight snack or whatever. So I'm just trying to measure those little things, and I just make a game of it, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's so important to track it and give yourself permission to not do it every single day, but then because I think people can go, yep, we're going to do this, then they don't do it, and then they go, oh, well, that's it, it's out the window. But it's actually just giving yourself permission to go, I'm going to try and do this, and then, just smashing it out as you're going.
Yeah, well, I guess that's one way of looking at it. There's many different ways of looking at it. I can only speak what works for me. And I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to Star Wars and stuff like that. So I'm a massive, my religion is Yodaisms. And so anything that Yoda says is gospel to me, and I'll just, blindly follow it. And so one of the things he says is, there is no try, do or do not do. I do believe in forgiving yourself if you miss a day, but I don't know. I'd rather not to now. Like I've just so, I get what you're saying, but and I think it is important to forgive yourself, and things do happen, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up. I also do subscribe to do or do not do, but with a little bit of leeway. I get what you're saying, and but it's just so ingrained in who I am now. Missing that is, I don't know. I don't give myself permission to do that. I don't know. I feel like I want to just honor myself and just do the things that make me feel good.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's what
why
ends up
doing
happening.
something that
Yeah.
makes me feel good? I guess that for me, it's kind of like, well, I give myself permission not to brush my teeth before I
Mm,
go to bed or something like that. And then, wondering why maybe the teeth aren't, they're starting to fall out
yeah.
of the holes or whatever. But yeah, no, definitely it's important to forgive ourselves. I totally agree.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just to keep smashing out, because you do find that if you don't do a certain thing that you used to, then you think there's something missing, or you don't feel like you are your best that you can be. So, and what do you like about the
Well, for some
morning?
people, it's having a coffee, right?
Yeah,
I didn't have my morning coffee. Something's missing.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
So yeah, my morning routine is like that. It's sacred to me, and it's
Mm,
aligned. It helps me connect with my mind body connection and the
mm,
truth of who I am. I get downloads and intuition and feeling in my body, and so yeah, I find it's also therapeutic and healing. So
yeah. And what do you like about the
good
morning?
for you. The
Mm.
morning, I love when the sun comes through the window. I'm in, yeah, I'm overlooking the ocean here in Vaucluse, is
Oh,
a
nice.
nice part of Sydney, and yeah, I
Yeah.
love it when the sun comes shining through. So
Mm. I know it's such an amazing. I love the mornings, getting up really
yeah,
early before everyone else gets up. It's just I can't even
yeah,
explain it either. And
yeah. And
also
you can
so
see the sun, like the horizon, like a nice orange coming across,
yeah,
and then you get the whole ball of the sun coming through. It's rising out of the ocean, and it's just an awesome way to wake up.
I
Saw the moon
know.
the other night. It was like a really, blood orange. It was like half a moon or
Oh,
three
wow.
quarters of a moon. It was just sort of rising out of the ocean. It's just amazing.
Wow.
We're on a floating spaceship, and then it's incredible. Just because we can get fixated on our problems and mindset being so important, and morning routines and things like that. But
Mm.
we're really, we're floating on a spaceship, in outer space. I love your background with the stars and things like that.
Yeah.
I think it puts things in perspective if we're like
Mm.
microed into a problem, which
Mm.
happens. So
That's
yeah,
right. Some people can make something really big in their mind, but it's not really that big. So it's good to get
yeah.
that time
Whereas
away
a
from that.
morning routine helps me put those sort of things in perspective.
Yeah. And it kind of just, if you have an awesome morning and you started out right, it then just shows that that's how the day is going to be. Whereas if you started out
And
all
you can
rough,
control
yeah,
that. You
yeah,
can control that. You
exactly.
can't
Yeah.
control other things that happen during your day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have these expectations and they just
Mm,
go completely pear shaped. But you're not
yeah.
how you wake up. And I've heard people. You were alluding to simplicity before. And I do like simplicity. And I can fit my life
Mm,
into 3 bags. One big bag, one middle bag, and one backpack. And so I do believe in simplicity. I remember reading a book once. It was like a Marine, Sergeant Marine, or a general. I think it was a general. And he's saying that one thing he does, his morning routine is to make his bed. The best
mm,
as he can. He wakes up and he makes his bed because that's an affirmation that he achieved something and it's something that he
mm,
can control. And I thought that there
yeah.
was a lot of validity in that. So
Hmm. Yeah, I've read that before as well. It is powerful. And
yeah.
then, so what do you think hinders people's mindset or hinders their positive mindset?
Yeah, not knowing what fosters their mindset, not knowing what fosters their being, not knowing what's sacred to them and honoring that, not having
That's true.
boundaries. If you don't have
Yep.
boundaries, then you don't know what's going to throw you out of whack. And
Mm.
then all of a sudden, it's like a surprise, and then life's happening to you and not for you. Um,
Yeah, that's right.
you just get spun out of control. And I've had lived
Yep.
so long in that sort of reality, in that paradigm, and I've been through there. And I choose not to, live that way anymore.
Mm. Yeah, that and I that's it is all about choice. And I know that you do help empower more people with your books because
Yeah.
some of my friends are in that as well. So what do you love
Yeah.
about your books that does empower people for their mindset?
Well, I love giving people the opportunity to begin with. So starting from the top with the contributing authors, an opportunity to get published, to get your story out there, to go through that and unpack your
Mm,
wisdom is a transformative experience.
mm,
Especially for first-time writers, and even for writers that maybe they've published books before, and we've had plenty of those. It's an awesome experience to actually just for yourself. And it's a gift that keeps on giving. So then when you've got that, and all the emotions and roller coaster ride, and the therapeutic experience of looking back and connecting the dots, then the reader feels that as well. And you just never know who was, just say you're writing a memoir of where you were 5 or 10 years ago. You never know who was there, who's there right now. And they're just thinking, wow, like this was written this story was written for me, And we get that from every book. We get at least one of those, most of the time several. And then then the reader gets a breakthrough, or gets to see something from a different perspective, or at least think of a way of doing something that they haven't thought of before. And then also all the books, all the sales from all the books, not just at launch, but all the time. After each launch, we go out and we do social giving. So we've done, street dogs in Bali. There was an outbreak years ago, I think it was back in 2016, of rabies. And so we donated a whole bunch of money from the launch to help, get it's like a cure, or it's like an injection they give the dogs, like a preventative type thing. And done that. Street kids in Bali, and so we were donating to a whole bunch of orphanages there for a period of time. And then when the pandemic started in 2020, then we started doing outreach into rural areas, because a lot of Balinese families, they'll put their money together and then they'll get their children into college or on a cruise ship or in a hotel, and then they will send their money back to their parents, and it helps subsidize, living off the land. But then they lost their jobs, and then they were coming back home, so they lost the money coming in, and they've got an extra mouth to feed. And so we're going into rural areas. We just went out 2 weeks ago in a village called Banyuning, which is near Ahmed in the northeast of the island in the Regency of Karanasem in Bali. And so, when food's tight and resources are tight, it's the elderly, it's the disabled, it's the mentally disabled that kind of, they're the first to feel it. And, it's just, families can just find themselves in a difficult situation. So we gave, I think it was like 18 food packs that would last them for a month. And so that was nice.
Wow.
I normally go out and do that, but I'm here in Sydney, so I had a friend, and he knows a lot of people in that particular village, and he went out there, and so grateful that he did that for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. So it's a win-win-win, and so it helps. Like when you win, when you have little wins, it helps your mindset because you start to feel good. It helps your self-esteem. You feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you want to pass it on and help other people. And I think that's a good mindset to develop. You win if someone wins, and just keep passing, pay that forward.
Yeah.
And the books do that. They keep on giving. We still get reviews from books that were released years ago. So
really,
yeah,
wow, that's so cool. That's amazing, and I love that you give back. And you are right. Like you read a story, and then you take something from it, and then if that can change other people's lives and help them, like it's amazing.
I love reading. I read every day. It's I didn't learn how to read and write at basic level till I was 10, and it's such a gift. I was considered learning disabled. I wouldn't amount to anything. I wouldn't be anything. I remember a friend of mine in high school. We had like a reunion, a bit of a catch up. This was a few years ago, and he said he was going to catch up with me, and he goes, "John Spender," he goes, "I thought he would have been in jail," and it was just, it was a bit of a gobsmack, but it was just heartwarming for me that, I'm now living this life that, when I was younger in my teenage years, that some parents just thought I was a rat bag that it maybe end up in jail. You know what I mean? Not that I've ever been charged with anything or have a criminal record, but, in my teenage years, I was, hanging out with the wrong crowd at different times, and some parents just considered me a bit of a warning sign to their own kids. And just the fact that I've been able to turn my life around and transform and just focus on a life that I want to create. And I've been on that path for well over a decade now.
Wow. That is so cool that you're able to do that. And the fact that if you had literacy and that problems, you know,
Yeah. When I was
then that
growing up, when
can
I was a
amount
kid,
to
I went to a horticulture college. I had a landscaping company for 11 years. We did council contracts. We did some contracts for the Olympic Games and stuff like that.
oh yeah.
But yeah, so it's just, things happen. Then I made the transition into, coaching, speaking, and then publishing books,
Yeah.
and now the film. So
I
yeah, it's a
know.
journey. Mindset's a journey, and it changes. What we believe, when we're a teenager, it changes when we're an adult, and at different times in our life, we have to reassess and reevaluate what's important and have an understanding of what we value, because that will dictate our mindset and because anytime you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right? And so you want to, and when you get really busy and you're on purpose and you're aligned, you don't have a lot of time for this. You practice a lot of discernment of what you give your time to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's so valuable, and you would know that. Being a mum, 4 kids, and a business owner, you got to prioritize things.
Yeah.
I fill up with lower tasks, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah. I know, and you're
yeah. So you really, yeah.
I know. And so whereabouts can we get your books from? Whereabouts are they on?
On Amazon, yeah.
Yep.
Amazon is, I mean, if you're any good bookstore, you can go and order it, and the bookstore will order it through. We are available on expanded distribution. So if you're wanting a physical copy, but online, the best is Amazon. Second best online would be Kobo. So that's the largest distribution platform for ebooks.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, so let's go by. They're almost everywhere. Whereas Amazon, they're in a select bunch of countries. You see, if you're not in those countries, if you're in Indonesia or Malaysia or Singapore and you're unable to have open an Amazon account, then Kobo, you can go on Kobo.
Cool. It's good you found that, like how they can all access it. And then what sets people on the path for success with mindset? What do you think actually sets them on the path for it?
Making a decision, like aligning to what's in your intentions, being intentional. When we one of the lines in the film from Michael Bernard Beckwith, he said that today there's an intention deficit disorder.
Okay.
Intention deficit disorder.
Okay.
That was brilliant, and it's so true. I mean, people wake up and they have no idea what their intentions are for the day. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah,
so
that would
true.
I can't understand
that's one of the lines in the film. There is an intention deficit disorder.
Wow.
That is what your intentions are for the day. So if you've got clear intentions, then you get the chances of your mindset aligning to that increase, 100-fold.
I know.
So having clear intentions and clear goals, you need both.
Yeah.
You want goals and intentions. It's not you just choose goals or you just choose intentions. I mean, you can have both. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, be intentional about going after your goals.
Yeah, you have to.
Have showing up. I mean, I invite magic to come into every day, every morning before I leave the house. I mean, why wouldn't you?
I know. You can expect
goodness coming into your life. Why wouldn't you ask it to find you?
I know.
I know. Every morning is that I'm always in the right place at the right time to have magical experiences.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly
what walking along the beach and I'll see a dolphin jumping out or something like that. I mean, that's a significant moment in my day. I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So invite it in. Get more intentional. Align your intentions and your goals. Yeah. Do what you say you're going to do. That can be a hard
that
thing.
is a big thing.
Yeah. You say you're going to do it. I mean, it might take some time. Sometimes you think that you're going to do it a lot quicker than you are, but never give up. Doing what you say you're going to do.
I know. I love that. I'm always thinking that as well. Never give up. Love conquers all. I love those ones.
Yeah. So that's some of the things you say. Love conquers all. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, love conquers all. Like even something I'm going through something and I'm like, love conquers all. Because you get those things you have to be.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like it right now, but I'm not real.
I know,
Yeah.
right? And you have to come at a place that's actually, we can have all our intentions and then someone else has their own intention and you're just going, what is that about? But then it's like
Yeah.
recognizing, okay, that's fine. That is their intention. And so, if you don't have your own intention, then you're not, and you're not aligning it with your own ethics, then you can be straight away with someone else's intention. And then you'd be like saying to yourself, this isn't me. Yeah, it's because you weren't intentional. Whereas when you're intentional to stick to who you are,
Yeah,
then
true.
you don't
True.
have that drama that you actually don't want because you're like, yeah, I'm not going there, like putting your own boundaries,
Yeah.
and we want to help lots of people, but sometimes helping someone else won't help us in the long run in the sense of our mindset and our mental health as well, so it's just being intentional to go, okay, I am not doing that. And then you can set them up with who can help them, but sometimes you got to recognize, otherwise.
100%. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's needs to be in alignment with your values for sure. I totally agree with that.
It does.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I really, really, really appreciate you jumping on board. I love that you answered
Yeah,
our questions.
no worries. We literally jumped on. Yeah, that's great.
I
It was
know.
awesome. Great chatting with you, Nicole.
I
And
know. And
yeah,
I'm so looking forward to your film. So
yeah.
where is it gonna be? Tell
Well,
where do
it's
I
basically
find
we're
that?
keeping
And
it in-house. So in-house means that we're on our own platform in the beginning phases,
Yep.
and then we'll branch out from there. I go over the States in June. We're finishing the live acting scenes and the editing by September, and then with the goal of launching in December. So,
Wow.
very
That is so
excited.
cool. I love that because I've got movie producers friends and all that,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
some people
awesome.
start off, and they make films and that, and it's super exciting. And so some people start off saying to me, or even young ones saying, I want to be in a film or I want to be an actor, and it's like,
Yeah.
yep, okay, let's just do that. And then they're just like, hang on, what is that a real thing that seems like far away? It isn't actually. It actually just, you connect and then you just get on with it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a journey, I've got to say, but that's a whole nother topic of conversation.
Yeah,
I mean, I was doing
I
imaginary
know.
conversations and all types of things, and then it started becoming real and telepathic
Yeah.
communication and all that type of thing. And all this sort of
Oh,
stuff was written about by. I first read it by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. It was written in the 1930s, so this is nothing new and certainly not woo woo. People have been doing this type of thing for centuries, but the form has changed. And I think we were just waking up to that type of thing. But yeah, so it's a bit of a journey. Yes, it starts with making a decision and moving towards what you want. But yeah, it was. I think that's a story within itself. So
I know that the fun bit about it is you can make it happen. But then there's that little bit of nitty gritty stuff and going back and
yeah,
forward and working all the intricate things out.
yeah, a little bit of magic, a little bit of synchronicity in between.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
connecting with the right people. It's so exciting. I'm super excited. I can't wait to find out. Yeah. And watch it. I can't wait for that. You have to let us know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
December,
Yeah.
and we'll be pumping it out there. So, I mean, it is a niche film. It's for people that are into personal development, and so yeah, if you're into personal development, then yeah, chances of you hearing about it are very high.
Wow, super, super exciting. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really,
Yeah, thank you for having me.
excited for you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks again, Nicole.
Okay,
Have a good
that's
one.
all right. Thanks, John. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.